back to our main planet, or our beginning planet. And off we go. We've got our power, or we've got more power anyway now. And we're going to head off. Unfortunately, these planets are very far between, which is unfortunate. And we're going to go into the planet. Cruise is ended. Here we go. Other direction. Over this way. Because now we have the bots. And the bots are going to be given to everything. Oh, we haven't set this to grab anything. We want this to set and grab copper. We want this to be grabbing magnetic rings. That's grabbing copper. That's grabbing that. That's going to be grabbing that as soon as it's available. That will be grabbing, and grabbing, and grabbing, and grabbing, and grabbing. Voila! That's now doing what it needs to be doing. Same thing here. We want it to grab, and grab. And that's it for now. That's all she wrote. This is going to be grabbing proliferators, and it's going to demand as soon as they're available, because right now they're not available. They're not available. Alrighty. And now we're going to finish building out this line. So this can deliver these as needed. Those are delivering, that's delivering, that's not delivering, that's delivering, this is not. That's going to be delivering those, and that's going to be delivering those. That way they can grab as soon as they are able. Now that we have that, we need to work on our particle bands. Yay! Which means we need to go back into chemicals. Because we're already producing the plastic, we're already producing the crystal silicon. We now need carbon nanotubes, which means we also need to make graphene. So, to make graphene, we're going to take this next section, which means we now need to go grab more of the, where are they? They're over here. They are over here. We're actually going to give this a bot. We're going to grab all these, but we're going to give these bots, and they're not going to be providing anywhere. And then we're going to come in here to Icarus, and we're going to set this here, because we're going to demand 6,000 at any given point in time. And those will just continuously feed Icarus so long as he is within range. And we need to refuel. And refuel we have done. And we're going to come up here and we're going to extend this area by the use of this. Ha ha ha! We're going to... We don't care about nature at the moment. Nature can take second place because we want to expand this. Just as far as we can. Actually, all the way to the top. In regards to this section, because we're going to take up as much as we can, and that's all we can take, which is fine. Alrighty, our next section, we need to build graphene. Graphene takes 2 items. Takes 2 items here, and that is our plastic, or not plastic, takes sulfuric acid and our energetic graphite, which means that we can now take our blueprint, because we need a lot of this. So we're going to be building 2 things. Where no, seriously, where? Right here. I be blind. And we're going to give us a little bit of room, because we're going to put one here and one here. And I'm going to stop Fred from kneading the inside of my leg. And not for the reasons a lot of people would think. A lot of people would think I'd be stopping him from kneading because his claws are getting me. That's not actually the reason. The reason is because he needs the exact same spot and puts his feet in such a way that he's actually pressing out into my leg rather than rather than like down and to the side where he's not actually putting a whole lot of pressure. He's putting tons of pressure in that one spot and thus bruising my leg. It's not fun. So, since we've got acid being made elsewhere, we are just going to bring the acid here. Because why not? So to do that, we're going to set precedence. Obviously, we've already got part of our items already being brought up because they are being used elsewhere. And because we'd already set this when we made the blueprint, which was a mistake on our part. But in this case, it actually works in our favor. So, that's okay. Either that or I use the wrong blueprint. One of the two. Doesn't really matter. It works in our favor. This is not going to be our acid, or be our refined oil, because it's going to be acid. That's what that's being changed to, which is just a different liquid. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take a PLS and we're going to put it right here. And this is going to be requesting acid from wherever it can get it on this planet. So, to do that, we are going to do the same thing. This is going to be supplying the acid here. And it's going to be supplying acid here. Same process. The flip side is we're going to be building a new piece that's going to be going elsewhere. But before we do that, we're going to come over here and we're going to grab more chemical stuff because we're going to need it. Back to the mall. Once again, we're going to grab all the chemical stuff. So glorious just seeing all of these just going all the different places to feed everything that needs to be fed. I love it. It's just so pleasing to me. My own little workers, while I work to increase the expansion of everything. So we've got two lines doing the exact same recipe everywhere. Mainly because we use a lot of graphene. And even this technically isn't going to be enough. This is not going to be enough graphene. Even as we do this. But, in all honesty, that's okay. We will fix the rest later. Alrighty, so now that that has been fixed, or set, I should say, we're going to come here, because we're going to grab all of the planetary drones that have been built. Oh, that's right, because we switched it to building these. Because we removed all the ones. Wait, no. Because that isn't building because there isn't enough coming through because we don't have right. Ow. Because of that. Because we don't have enough. So, now, once again, switching gears. Because we need a bunch of this. Which unfortunately we don't have a whole lot of at the moment because we don't have enough coming elsewhere. Not a huge problem, or at least not insurmountable. It's words insurmountable because can't speak. We need all of these. I've started the process, didn't finish the process. We're going to finish the process now. So we need this blueprint. We need this. No, not that one. We need different one. This one. Beginning factory stuff. And we're going to put that here and here. And I think that's all we need. Because we need this to make this here. And then of course this to make that there. So to make these, we only need 2, so we don't need this internal line here. This is the outline, so that's going to be supplying. Where is it? Right there. Supplying that. And then, of course, because I haven't managed these yet, we're going to copy using the greater than or less than symbol, and we're going to copy it over to everything. Just make sure everything's set. I'm pretty sure I did it all, but yeah. So this is going to be requesting our turbines. This one's going to be requesting titanium alloy. And we're going to be building ourselves as much as we can, just as soon as we can grab it. We'll grab all we can of here, and we'll grab well, just as soon as it will allow us anyway. We'll grab all we can of, oh, we can't. All we can of here. And what we're going to do is we're going to build almost a full set. We're going to build all that we can. And these are going to produce that. Then this is going to demand those here, actually. We're going to have those demand here. And then this is going to demand those, and this is going to demand that.
Replication complete.
Which is then going to provide these. And we'll have more production going on up over there eventually. Keyword, eventually. So, now that that's going, that's going to be doing its thing. So this will eventually produce. So long as I've done everything properly, it will eventually produce. Now that that's done here, we're going to add one here on each of these. And we're going to set these to produce out where needed. Just like that. That way that's ready to go. And these are already going, so we are set. Then we're going to produce a new line here. Same thing all the way across here. And then once again, our chemical plants, which we're going to need to go grab more of. 10 here. And then as this is going to be producing graphene or carbon nanotubes, it is a, hold on a second. It is a 2 recipe, so we can just make another copy of our 2-lane chemical. I forgot all about that. So we're just going to put this, and we're going to use Shift Enter to force what it can down, because we're copying that. And we're going to remove that because this is no longer accurate. This is going to be our graphene, and then of course this is that. So that's our titanium, so it's actually producing. There we go. And then we'll start slowly producing, putting this in place. We'll go back and grab more chemical plants, because we don't have any at the moment on Icarus. And these are going to be providing our carbon nanotubes just as soon as we can, and that produces all of this line here. If you hit the B button, it will bring up the grid, and you can see here. So this is now going to be replaced, and then of course this one is the only one that's different, where we'll add another one here and put a new one to produce out here and put it on the line. And then once again, this last one, apologies, proliferation, which will then come up here, come around and here and down this way all the way to there. And then of course we're going to limit this one to 400 just because it's providing for all 3 of those lines. And then of course demand. Once again, we'll only produce once our factory lines on the factory planet actually start producing.